Hello, Haley. This is Steven, and this is my presentation for the class. So basically, what my essay is about is media dealing with police officers and just how they uh, how they show, like, really how they just show what they want you to see, kind of thing. Like police officers and law enforcement agencies, um, really they let people know what they want them to see. Like if they give them too much information, then they're gonna that's gonna be a burden to their interrogations and whatnot. Like they're gonna show too much uh, coverage and whatnot of the crime, so they really don't do that. But like in regards to uh, the media will show really anything. Like for instance, they'll make the law enforcement, like a law enforcement officer, if he's like doing like police brutality, for instance, he's they're just the media itself will show what they want you to see, which is the police brutality. But before that, they honestly, before that altercation even happened, the person that's being like basically excessive force, like on like or deadly use of a weapon or something like that. Um, but before that happened, there was probably an altercation, like the guy like did something to make the officer do that. Like there has to be a reason why he pulled out his gun, you know. But the media only shows the police killing this individual, you know. So and also what else did I put? I also put how it's really based on the media. It is minority groups that do have like more or less are brutalized more often than um, just the average white folk kind of thing. um, like the white person. So really, in one of my sentences, I say, well, aggressive police tactics. It says black or Latino are more likely to be, um, you know, in a altercation than a white person. Um, it was quite interesting, but I did find an article where there are these well African Americans. They usually like grandparents and ancestors. They usually tell their younger generation that it's best to like keep your hands down. Like never do certain like if they do a traffic stop, it's best if they like keep their hands down, don't do any certain like hand motions like you know crazily kind of thing. You don't want to get in an incident kind of thing. um, I do talk about the Rodney King beating and arrest, um, because there is a lot of in the past years there have been media coverage through the Black Lives Matter kind of, and let's see. Oh yeah, media tends. So law enforcement, they are the gatekeepers, um, more or less, because they show what they want you to see versus how media can just post anything whatsoever, like really just like fake news, like the media can make uh, police officers look in a bad light. Like they could show them in a bad light. Um, really, like police officers are doing their job. Like they don't know that person has a gun or doesn't have a gun. Like you know, but also, oh yeah, um, there's a sentence I put. It says studies have shown citizens in general are more likely to have assumptions that police officers are prejudiced, engaged in racial profiling, and discriminate against minorities. And police officers really do get accused of using excessive force and deadly force against unarmed African American citizens in recent years in the United States. What else do I have here? Also, yeah, there's a lot of allegations from like police officers. They try to do the right thing, but really, um, you know, oh yeah, Black Lives Matter. I do write that in my essay. Um, you know, Black Lives Matter protesters are what they're really doing is fighting for their ability to stay alive against violence in communities that have African American individuals. Um, they're just trying to have a voice. Um, and also, oh yes, this is where I was wanting to talk about some of the norms um, from African Americans to. So if they give advice to the young people um, when having an altercation with a police officer, some of these norms consist of first, complying with the police officer, second, speaking in a respectful manner, and three, avoid quick movements, like, going wild. And also, keep hands in sight. You always want to, like, you don't want to have your hands in your pockets. They might see you as having like a deadly object or a weapon. Um, I did write quite a bit in this essay dealing with police officers. Really, they do show what they want you to see, to make them look in a positive manner. And media coverage and the media do show what really just shows negative influences on people's positions on it. Like, yeah, that's basically all my essay's about is showing about how police officers have to contend with the media coverage. Thanks.